Hey, welcome everybody. Scott with Decoy Pro, and today I'm going to talk to you about hunting from a field with standing crops. And in my opinion, this is one of the most easiest ways to get into Canada goose hunting because you can hunt for geese without having to have any type of layout blind. And basically, what you do here is I'm going to show you two images. There's one on the left here, and again, this is with standing crops. So you can see here we've got a cornfield that has crops that are cut down out in this area here, but we still have some standing crops left over here where the hunter is. So the first thing that's critical to setting up your decoys in this manner is you want to stand about 3 or 4 rows back in the standing crops, just to make sure that you have plenty of cover. And what you can do is kind of kneel down or even bring a chair or something like that, and as you wait for geese, you're going to have plenty of cover. And then what you want to do is you want to set up the decoys out in front of you here. And really, it's going to depend on the wind direction on how you set up your decoy. So in this case here, we've got our wind is blowing from the left to the right. And as we've talked about before, geese always want to land into the wind. So since our wind is blowing left to right, we're going to set up our decoy pattern in a U here. And you're going to see that our geese are going to want to hopefully come into this landing zone. And that's going to provide the hunter excellent shooting from the position here. The other thing I want to point out is the distance in between the corn here and where you have your decoy set up. I would recommend maybe giving this about like 5 or 10 yards of distance in between the two, just because typically geese don't feed right next to the corn because predators can hide in there and stuff, and it's just not quite a natural look. So you do want to have about maybe 5 to 10 yards in between the corn and where you start your decoys, just to make sure it's a natural look. But also you want to be conscious on how far out you set your decoys, because most shotguns have an effective range of up to about 40 yards or so. So these farthest out decoys here, you want to make sure that you're not setting them, anything farther out than about 40 yards from where you are, because that'll be a good indicator of when the geese come in. Once you see them reach that outside threshold of where your decoys are set up, you can expect that they should hopefully be within an effective shotgun range. So this diagram here again is for the wind blowing out from the corn, so from left to right. This other diagram here I just want to show you as well. It's basically a similar concept, but here you can see the wind is actually blowing across, so it's blowing kind of from the bottom up. And so as the hunter here set up, you set up in the same position. You set up about 3 or 4 rows back in the corn, but now you're going to have the U of the decoys facing diagonal to the crops, because again, with the wind blowing this way, geese should hopefully want to come from kind of top down, I guess is how you'd call it in this picture. And then the other thing too is what's really neat about this is you can actually position yourself directly kind of to the side of the landing zone. So anywhere that the geese are that they approach from within here, you should have really good shotgun range, anywhere from probably 15 yard to 30-35 yard shots from sitting on the side here. So again, this is one of my most favorite ways to set up for goose hunting, because there's really nothing better than the natural concealment that a standing cornfield can provide you here, or other natural covering, and then just setting up your decoys outside of there. And then you also have the benefit of not having to buy or bring along a hunting blind if you don't have one. So hopefully this helps you with setting up your decoys, and I'll talk to you in the next video.